Can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see your screen now.
You just look at it. This is a pair called TRX. Just look at the market structure. Like literally, boom. Now I've entered another buy. But I want you to see where now I entered it from
You take it
0.2
on buy, you take them on buy bait.
on Binance. I entered
Okay.
from 0.25 way down. No, no, not even here. It was way down. I entered from 0.25. I've
Last
been
year.
ish. Me, I've been holding this thing 0.25 around here. That was a low. It was this one.
Jesus.
Uh,
Ah,
It was this one, sorry. It was around 2.25, 0. Now, this is just holding. And me, I see this
yeah.
as a retirement plan, man. Like, it doesn't fluctuate a lot. Just look at what it does. Just look, you know.
Yeah.
I think the retracements come, but imagine now you
Yeah.
dig from here and it breaks like this high. It's even though Bitcoin dumps how, this pair doesn't just, it doesn't dump anyhow. It has the best solid market. Just look at this market structure. Now here, if it breaks here, I'll know that it may not come back. It may not come back. So there is an account that I'm holding it on until this pair reaches $10 each. Right now it's $0.3 each. But imagine at $10, that's 100K. And I've not even told many people, but like if I put my take profit on Binance, they are show me the 100K thing. And I
Jesus.
entered with
Just
less
on
money.
10 USD.
Hmm? I entered with less money, man. Very less. But I just keep adding on the margin and reducing the margin in case it's no those early days when it was fluctuating, I would add on the margin one. By now I just keep adding positions on the same
You can
position.
also keep adding positions just like in FX.
Yeah, but here you add on that same position. May I add on that same position? It's written as one position. So I keep adding under that position. So the money just
Okay.
keeps increasing.
By the since I don't know, I had even forgotten. I'd learned to use that platform, but now I've even forgotten how to use it.
That makes some good money. Anyway, let's look at the Forex part of it. This week, let me just, we always discuss market structure because I think it's the
Yeah.
best just to analyze what I saw, then we
Yeah,
move on.
it's the best way to understand.
Now, this week, I just feel the market was retracing to this point. And that's why the first thing that I sent was buys. And even Euro USD, I don't know if you joined that live where I was talking about Euro USD. The
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one,
I joined.
I seen what it did. It's just playing from there. But I told the guys who were on the call that if we have a breakup bar, and it has failed to break up bar, just that's why I'm now
This week
scared
has
now.
been shitty. Market is just playing in one place.
Now you see why we don't even trade demand and supply, you know. Like me, I prefer this market structure that anytime it breaks below, at least I can target this low, you know. Because if we have this break, then the market broke this point and came and gave us a new low. And it's a retracing. All you're supposed to do is wait for it to break back in. And this would be your first take profit. Just do that strategy only for 1 week. You will tell me the results. Like I go to even there I go to what pair. As long as you find you start it, you can even start on a trend. As long as you find a trend. No, this
Hmm.
is last week. Look at this week. This week was buying as a retracement. It's retracing because we don't know right now where the market is going. This may be a retracement because it broke this low. And that's why the market is being strong here. Yet, unless it breaks above this point,
Yeah,
unless it makes a very deep retracement in here, then
yeah.
maybe, and then we may see another drop. So yes, the buy was risky, But again, we can't ignore it and say that we are waiting for sale. Yet the market may also be in an uptrend. Now, this is the one that confuses people. Me, I can say it's in the current trend is a downtrend, but the main trend to me is still in an uptrend. Because here we had the market break below this point, break up above, and then it even retested market structure here and went and formed new high. So this is a retracement to me. And the only time I would say is not a retracement is if
Is
we,
after it breaks that lower zone.
yeah, if it breaks lower zone. Just generally, the market structure.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this to me is still an uptrend. And if we break above this, I would put my safety trend line. But before we even look at safety trend line and all that stuff, yeah, just look at what happened here. When the market breaks this point, this high, it
Yeah.
formed a new high. So then it didn't get us a retest here. So there's liquidity here. And there are people waiting to buy at this point. Because me, let me tell
Mhm.
you, I still believe the best financial traders use technical analysis. They don't use indicators. That's what I believe, you know. And there is a reason why the market stopped here and went back down. I still believe there is a reason why. And that's why you won't find me adding. Yes, I'll use indicators to see some things like the TDI, but most times I don't even use them. And if this market has come back to sweep this liquidity and look at the momentum it went back up with, like it was boom, money is in, let's go back up. Like just look at if it was slow, sluggish, then there would be skeptical. But now it gives me a chance to play around this zone this week until we maybe see a break above here. But then I can't sell this market yet unless I scale to a lower time frame. Then I draw a trend line, which is going to tell me what exactly is going on. And the only time I'm going to sell is if we have this break of this low. Yes, you're going to say this low. This one can count it, but I would go for the 1 hour. There is this one, and there is also this one. What to say? There is also this one. Yeah. If we have this break here of this trend line, and then also this break of market structure here, and let me just consider this one. Break of this market structure right here, and then we get a
Yeah.
deep retracement to a Fibonacci point. Then I can sell
Mm.
quickly to here. Then after, I can add positions. Then I know they're going lower. So it's a whole playbook that I want to look at this week. Actually, I'm going to be
So,
observing a lot
Emma,
this week. Yeah,
so you always correlate it with previous zones where the market reverses from. That's what you consider for maybe continuation of a certain trend, maybe if it's a sell, like as
yeah.
you've explained, or a continuation buy. You
So
always use those zones
let
as
me just simplify it. Other traders are going to see this as a break. And it's what I was telling Brian. It's not a break, like the market hasn't changed from an uptrend to a downtrend just because it's broken a trend line. But to add weight to it, we add market structure, which is a low. Now, me, I still consider this a buy because this can be a zone until we see the market can break above this zone with momentum and go. It can even cause a gap. It can even gap unless it gaps to the downside. And if it gaps to the downside, chances are high that it will give us a deep retracement. But what I consider is what did the market do? You get what did the market
yeah,
do in this area? What did it do? And how has it approached that zone? There's a reason why I took this buy from here. I just looked at the left and saw momentum. To me, this was a sweep of liquidity, then a bounce up. So me, I just look at the left. Nowadays, I don't make it hard, you know. I don't make it hard.
yeah,
I look at what happened, then I look at the zones that the market is approaching or that has broken. And if I'm to let me say buy this market, I can only buy when it breaks above here. And I can
yeah,
only sell when it breaks below this. That is market structure defined. You get.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Wow. Okay. So you always correlate it with market structure,
Like
zones,
just
market
that's why
structure.
I want
Then
you. That's why I want you to first leave out everything and first look at that strategy. And right now you'd ask me, why aren't you looking at the sell majorly? Why? It's because yes, now you tell me, Emma, this laws were broken. Why aren't you looking for sales? I've given you a perspective for sales.
by the I wanted to ask you that. I thought what you were tracking was if market breaks above that zone and you would want it to make like an aim and come back and then you
Oh,
sell it back
yeah,
down.
yeah, that is also possible. But remember, I've explained to you. That's why I began you from this time frame. You see, we were in an uptrend here when the market
Yeah,
broke here. You can see it broke this point and also broke a trend line.
yeah,
This is the downtrend that happened. You get.
yeah, yeah,
So market broke above here to give us that change. We are not sure if it's a change in the general trend, but we are going to consider what is currently happening. Because even I would say that this can be a retracement. This one here is a retracement. I can say that if I pull a fib from here, and this is what is going to cause confusion. If I pull a fib from here to here, I'd say this is a retracement of a selling market. But now I
yeah,
want to be in and out. I want to be in and out. That's why I go to a bigger time frame and I see that it's an uptrend. So I'll try to also consider that still. But I can't be so sure 100% that it's either a buy or selling market. That's why now I have two perspectives, plan A and plan B. So to me here, I'll use the current market structure that's happening in the market using this point. So if the market
yeah,
broke this point and went up, formed new highs, you can see that it formed higher, high, higher, I mean higher low, higher low, higher low, then broke above and came down here. I wouldn't say we are going to sell massively until this point is broken. But all this
yeah,
chance, I can play around the market on all this. That's why I told you that if it breaks below this, I can sell from here to here and first get out. If it breaks above this, it's highly risky for me. But I can still buy it to some point and I get out. And that's why fibs come in play sometimes. You can buy the market above here, touch here and get out of that market. So, but I'm just explaining to you the whole entire perspective so that you know that this is the type of market I'm trading in. Some pairs
yeah,
are
yeah,
here,
yeah.
some are
I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it.
some are. So when we are looking for a trade, you have to consider all those things and tell the story of the market. Tell you, these are 50 pips, they're enough for you on GU. They're enough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Very.
people, I don't know why people hold. You just look at how short my trades are. Some are long, but just look. Now you see when the market broke here and gave me riches, I bought in again to that
You
point
know,
as well.
M.
Yeah.
You're seeing here where you entered from where the long one before let me move your
But,
cursor behind. Yeah, that one. That
oh,
one.
oh,
I entered that, but I think I had entered on a poor entry. So I entered after that after that bullish candle, that long bullish candle.
yeah, and
I
guess what?
entered from there. And then I put about 16 pip stop loss. And then I came back when market had hit my stop loss.
Yeah, that is the problem. At times our entries, it's not even strategy sometimes. At times our
Yeah.
entries are just look at that. At times our
Yeah, it
entries
hit.
are poor.
And it
But
hit exactly where I'd entered from, and then it bounced back.
uh, so at times it's just our our entries. Because we want to be perfect, but we are close to perfect, but we can't know. We can't
Yeah.
know if we are that perfect. And that's why at times we try to break down and get more entries as much as possible. But at times the market will just do things that piss you off. But today, I mean, we just
Yeah.
change the whole strategy. No, you get.
No, that there I just knew it was a poor entry. It was because of a poor entry, not because of the strategy was wrong or something like that, you know.
the entry module. And at times
Yeah.
they could come, but at times you're correct, but the market is just fluctuating. Have you ever been in a trade which just hits your stop loss, goes in profit, comes back, hits your stop loss, goes in profit, comes back, hits, and all these are new entries. Then
Yeah.
later in the day, like it did that the whole day. Then in around 8 p.m. Ugandan time, it just flies,
Yeah.
just flies
Yeah,
to
I've,
your
I've I've faced that over and over again, over and over again,
so me now you
specifically
see
last
what
year.
happened to people here. Money was taken, money was taken. A lot of it. Just look at all this. These are
Yeah.
people eating stop losses. There are people who are selling because they think someone buys them is like, "Ah, I think it's going to sell. There's a trend line. There's a trend line. There's a trend line.
So
It draws.
the main thing with that next one, with that next buy that you had, how were you sure that market wasn't going to hit that stop loss? Because I'm
This
seeing it was also tight. Yes, that one.
now this buy, the market had broken this trend line. There's a trend line at this
Mm,
point, this point, this point. So now I think I had a session where I told you this trade was risky. It was very
mm,
risky. The market hadn't broken market structure, this bigger one. That's why you see it's running here. Wait,
yeah,
isn't this this is the evening where I told you guys that I'm in a buy trade. I think it was here.
yeah,
It was this one during that same session. So
yeah.
what I did, this is a smaller one. There's like a smaller market structure there. And I even talked about it. I just went lower. I was like, let me just see what's lower here.
On the
And
5 minute time frame.
yeah, I rarely do that. I rarely do that, but I had to scale here.
Yeah,
I had to scale here. So it was risky. I was already actually in this buy. So when the market came back, I was like, oh my God. But what kept me in that trade was this engulfing here. This engulfing gave me energy to push.
that that kind of, yeah.
Mm.
And then
There
it
had
just rallied up within 2 hours and then out of the
yeah.
trade.
And when big candles start coming, it's crazy. You just look even in the past. Wait. You look in the past, and once you see big candles, you know that your trade is going to bank properly. You know, most times it will once it sweeps liquidity. I say once it sweeps
Yeah,
liquidity and start seeing big ones, just know you're in a banger trade. I think after this sweep,
yeah.
once you see big candles, you know that yeah, time time for something good.
I hear you. Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you. So let us move to a new Gundi. Let me try checking for me.
Mm.
Let me
So
see.
just to finish up,
Uh,
this is the
yeah,
perspective I'm looking at. The market breaking this low. If the market breaks this low, then I'll be looking for
yeah,
sales. When it comes back
yeah,
deeper, that's when I'll be looking for it to cross here and I sell. Or I can sell from here to this point, lock in profit and see what it does here. Because now it would have broken liquidity, a lot should have happened there. But if we
yeah.
have the market bouncing here and going back up, that's why Monday we have to be so careful.
Wouldn't wouldn't you first wait for it to come back, like the pullback or the pullback up to the psychological level up there?
This this psychological
Yeah,
this one.
yeah,
I feel like this point has already been tested so many times.
yeah,
So I don't really want to sell from up here. Yeah. Because now if it's coming back with a lot of momentum, then chances are high it's going to break. And I don't want to sell uh in a market that is I don't want to pose something that has already picked momentum from down here. Because down
I
here we have
get
so
you.
many supports. We have this support, we have this support, so that would mean there is a lot of momentum. But if we have
Yeah,
market playing around such points here, that's when I'll just watch. because it may also be going back to Fibonacci area, and I don't want to be caught in it. So my area that I'm avoiding is this whole place. I'm avoiding this place. You have to mark out areas that you feel are not for you.
So you
So let's
only take it after it has broken certain zones,
yeah,
that you're trying to look at.
yeah.
Right.
Even if it
Okay.
breaks below here, I'll get a sell bias, but it has to first sweep, then give me, then that's when I'll enter.
Yeah, yeah. Now I'm starting to get it slowly by slowly.
Yeah. Look at oil. Oil has been playing games on a trend now. I think this thing.
Oil dipped. By the
And
way,
no,
I had a
look at
buy
this.
last week on oil, and
Look
then
at this.
it dipped.
Oil is giving people hopes for buys, but just look at hey, Kumbe, it's going down. This market, end of a buy gives you hope, then takes you out like that, like that. That's why I don't really. Now, me, my point right now is this point I'm watching, this lower point. Should it break below here, I'll first leave oil for some weeks. Because you see here, I thought it had broken above market structure. Once it broke this, it got a lower time frame. Yeah, it
But
wasn't
Emma,
even.
I thought if it breaks that zone that you've just marked out, you would consider more sell positions.
Like, if where? Here,
That
breaks
down
above,
now, no, down.
like
The
here.
one, yes, that one.
Now, first leave oil. Just look at how this market is. Like, here it's forming higher points. You get, so I can't just sell. You have to look at what's happening in the past. Because these are higher points. Yes, someone would say, why don't you draw a trend line? Yeah, it's okay to look for higher points. Like you tell me to sell, but now this is why I'm looking for this point. If we have a sell, I'll first see because we are heading into this point. But anyway, a sell is possible because this point is big, but there is a very big distance here that I don't want to involve myself in. You see? So
Yeah.
I want something that is clear. And the problem is the pair also that we are looking at fluctuates. I don't want to be caught in something that is going to take my money, take my money, take my. If it was a slow pair,
Especially, yeah,
if it was a slow pair like Geo, I can take the risk. But this one
I hear you.
takes a lot of money. Those are things that are such things are supposed to have a setup. Because now if you keep risking, it just keeps affecting you. So for oil, I'll just leave it. I first leave it until maybe it breaks above such points. That's when I know I have something clear. And there's a lot of tension around oil prices. And it has been doing that funny fake out of it. I've been noticing. Gives funny
Mm-hmm.
fake out.
Mm.
Which pair?
Have you yet looked at JPY pairs yet?
Ah man, those ones. No, I've failed to understand them. Yes, they have not say forming, but this one is going to break to the upside. This is a rectangle. I've not really been paying attention to what's going on because they are not really doing it. They're not really backing out for hey, there's something nice here. There's something nice that I had marked out here. But there is no I think what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
these points affect these pairs so much. So here you may think, oh, trend line break, boom. Then again you come back here, trend line break. This was a fake out, so now it's real. Just slashes you again. So consider this. Yes, there is an inverse head and shoulders here. But how do you enter the inverse head and shoulders? Someone can buy from here and sell from here fast. But then there is also this better move when it has done everything and your entry is here now. And even confirm
Mm.
it with basic trend line. Okay, it happened if it, but you confirm it with the basic trend line. That's when you at least But before market structure is broken on those things of break and retest, hey, we used to trade break and retest here without considering that. But
Things changed by the sometimes most of the times break and retest nowadays doesn't really happen.
things change in some funny way. But these pairs have been killing it on USD JPY for some time. Hey, this one, I closed
And
my
USD JPY, you've been holding it for
yeah, but
about
this one on
2 weeks
USD
now.
card I closed on USD card and it pumped more. But
I,
you can
I
see
was
how
holding that. I was holding that. Actually, I remember I sent you that very thingy, and I don't
mm,
know if you still if you give me a bit of feedback. I'm holding it on one of my accounts, and it has not yet reached the point where I wanted to get out from. I
what
sent
I
it
would
to you
do is
some.
I would put a safety line still, just in case things start. But you see, let me just show you the clear market structure. You see this trend line break here?
Yeah.
Trend line break happened here. But the market, you sometimes see the market structure is too far. It's here. Yet the break happened here, and this is the 4 time frame. So there is an
Mm.
opportunity to play. You see, market now broke here, retested, broke here again, retested. All these are entries until your TP here. That's why someone will take TP here, and you saw the market retrace chap chap. You know,
Mm.
then I would again come back after this point and get in here because now it has broken. Yeah. So that's it. You combine them with trend lines, but you can first practice. You can first practice without even those other, you know. First get one thing. Trust me, like
Yeah.
better. And did you watch the channel I told you to watch?
I've been watching it. I've been watching it.
Man, just watch that stuff. This may be complex, but you can simplify it. Can simplify it.
I've been watching it slowly by slowly. Trades by Sai. Okay, but there's a specific Kundi which I really wanted. I'm going to download it. I'll send it to you, and because there's some part where I was trying to explain which I wasn't really getting. I think it's because of the way he was explaining. I don't know. But
So man, that's it. We have like 6 minutes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But man,
Yes,
show up for
yes.
sessions. Now me, I also forget. You also keep quiet. We Nesh. All of us just suffer.
I'll be calling you. Don't worry. I'm going to be calling you. So next time it's going to be Monday, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think we should do Monday. Because
Anyway,
today,
you will tell me. I'll at least inform you in the morning, and then you tell me Monday or
you
Tuesday.
tell me.
I'm going to tell you. I know, Emma, you have a lot of sessions and a lot of Gundi, so I know
And sessions are many. At times I
you
feel
have a
like
lot.
grouping them.
You have a lot of guys on your mind and everything.
At times I just need a break, man.
And you're good at explaining. There's a guy whom I tried Gundi, and I wasn't really understanding anything he was saying.
You paid for mentorship.
No, I didn't pay
I've,
for mentorship for his
I've
stuff.
I've also paid for mentorship before, but I ran
Yeah,
away.
I did. Okay, there are some guys who are just good at just trading, but they are not good at explaining.
Yeah, there is that also. Crazy.
Yeah, and then there are guys who are good at doing both, and then there are guys who are not good at trading, but they are good at explaining. They just get your money for not when they don't even trade much.
They get your money to teach you. Man, everything is happening. Everyone finds where they fall.
Do you follow this guy of, let me see, I think you're the one who talked to me about him. This, is it Basil FX?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I talked to him. He's good, man. And Basil used to sell courses. but I think he stopped. But he's a good
Though,
trader. Like, at least he's the only authentic trader I've seen in UG.
oh, really?
Man, the rest it's shady work.
Why
Shady
do you
work.
call it shady work? It's just who people are.